All right, hope you're doing well. So before we learn about the address element, I thought we'd start today's video off with showcasing a new knife. So this knife for today that we're going to look at, it's kind of unique, it's kind of cool and weird, and that's why I collected it. But it's called a Paratrooper knife, apparently. But so it pulls apart like this, the blade's in there, and then it kind of pushes out and then closes. Super cool and awesome. And I guess they call it a paratrooper knife because when you're paratrooping, you don't want the knife, to just come flying out and slash something important. So there's no way to really open this knife super easily. You have to physically pull this apart here and then push it up. So yeah, pretty sweet. I've thought it to be pretty cool, and I've never seen another one. So yeah, hope you found that interesting. And now let's get into the address element. All right. Let me share my screen here. Cool. So today, the address element. What is it exactly? Well, it's a little deceiving, okay? Because normally we would think we're just going to put our address in there and we're good to go. But it is actually a block for contact information. So if we've got our address, one would think you would just put something like, let me here, I've got an address that I can paste and share in here. All right, so we've got an address. So are we done? Is that good? So there's our address. I mean, technically you would think that this is adequate, right? But it's actually not. So if we come over here to Mozilla, and they've got some things. An address is more, we want to use it to like, how would I get a hold of somebody? Where do I go to contract or to contact you? So we would put some sort of maybe actionable element, like in this case, they've got a link, or we actually need, for this example, we'll use Saul Goodman, right? How do I get a hold of this guy? Like I need a name and I need some other thing along with perhaps an address, right? So if we come down here in their usage notes, it actually mentions that right here. To represent an arbitrary address that's not related to contact information, just use a P element. So if we didn't have any way to contact this person, like, so here, think of it this way. If we didn't have a name, I don't know, what does this belong to? What are you wanting me to do? I'm just listing an address, right? But I put a name to it or something else. Oh, okay, well, this makes sense. Now I've got an address that is some way to get a hold of someone. So think of it like that. I know it's kind of confusing when you first see it, and that's how some of these elements are. Sometimes you see them and go, oh, okay, yeah, it's an address. I'll just throw an address in there. Here's a better example down here. Here's how you can contact this author, blah, 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 and then the address there. So short and simple, that's how we use it. There isn't much else with it. I mean, you can put some attributes on it for styling. Here you can see how they've kind of used it, maybe not necessarily the best way. So yeah, hope you liked it, and we'll do some more, and I'll drop a link in down below where you can read about this on my site as well to see some other examples. Okay, catch you in the next one.